Listen. Listen is one of those songs that every songwriter wishes was the way it worked every time. It actually came out before we were consciously writing the songs for Teaching Peace. And I remember the writing of this pretty well because it was so unique. Usually you really sweat blood over songs. This one just sort of came out in about a 40-minute period, totally complete. I remember it was in Alex Hasilev's basement. Now, Alex Hasilev was the bass singer and one of the original Limelighters. So when I was touring with them, we would rehearse in his basement. Downstairs he had a nice rehearsal space. And the time that I wrote this song, I was no longer living in West Hollywood. When we lived there, I was just a couple of blocks away. But at this point, I was no longer living in West Hollywood. And I got to Alex's house early, as you do sometimes when you're on the road. And we weren't going to rehearse for another hour and a half. So I just went down in his basement and got out my guitar and was just sort of seeing what happened. And I remember that this song emerged. It was a beautiful day. I'd go outside in the backyard. I'd come back in, just working on the song. And as I said, it was done in about 40 minutes. The song has been sung all over the world. I've sung it in English, I've sung it in Spanish. There's a wonderful reggae artist named Brina who has done a cover of it. And one of my sweet memories is being in the Gambia in 2009, and I was working with junior high and high school girls with the Starfish program. I was asked to teach them 5 of my songs, one of them being Listen. And when I sang, "Listen, can you hear the sound of hearts beating all the world?" And then the part where it goes, "Ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, oh." And they looked at me and they said, "Oh, it's too slow. And you hold the notes so long." And I just said, okay, well, what can we do about that? So we put it to a reggae beat. Reggae is actually very popular in Africa. So the version that we came up with in the Gambia was, "Listen, can you hear the sound of hearts beating all the world around? Down in the valley, out on the plain, everywhere around the world, the heartbeat sounds the same. Black or white, red or tan, it's the heart of the family of man. Whoa, beating away. Whoa, beating away. Whoa, beating away." And then that center section we went, "Ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, ooh la la la, whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, ooh la la la, whoa, 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 whoa." Oh my gosh. They really taught me. They really taught me some things about my own songs. That trip was magnificent. I just think of how many times that song has been requested by people in so many different places. You know, it's one of those songs that makes you so grateful to do the kind of work that I do. And I want to thank all of you for taking these songs and doing everything that you've done with them all over the world. Thanks for this opportunity to share some of the stories behind them.